Alright folks, just going to do an unboxing of my Shogun pledge from Shadows of Brimstone Forbidden Fortress. I got everything in earlier this week. Haven't had time to actually go through it. Obviously pulled it out of the shipping box, but I haven't actually opened any of it. Also got a new webcam for the overhead, so hopefully it's a little bit more in focus. It looks like it is, so we'll see. It's a pretty hefty box. It's about as hefty as the other base sets. It looks like there's about as much content for this this go around, I guess. This whole setting. There seems to be as much content as there was when they did their first Kickstarter way back in the day. Alright, so got a bunch of sprues as usual. And a hair. Somebody's hair. Interesting. That looks like the sorcerer? Maybe? I don't know. It's gotta be. She's got fire coming out of her hands. Alright. Let's see. I don't know if there's any use in showing that to you on the side screen there. Alright. So a bunch of miniatures to put together. Looks like they're using the same insert they used for the other base sets, which is not bad. It's just you're not going to get everything back in this box, especially once you assemble the miniatures. Alright, get this out of here. It's a little different. This is a little more recessed, and this ridge here is more pronounced. I can't remember if the other ones had that little insert for the dice. Nice little assembly guide. I don't recall if the original sets came with an assembly guide. I know the expansions did, but I do not recall if the base sets originally came with an assembly guide. Not that it was too difficult to figure out how everything went together, but this is nice. Looks like, especially for the Dishonored Dead here, there's two different poses. There's two miniatures. Or no, it just says two poses. I don't know how many Dishonored Dead. That's probably like at least 6 or 8 miniatures. But you can pose them separately, so I think with one of the can't remember which one of the expansions where they started to offer the miniature would come with more pieces than required to put it together, and you could use different guns or different weapons. I think it was for Tradera. I think it was some of the little military guys. You could choose which weapons to put on them, that type of thing. Everybody else looks like it's pretty much here's how it goes together. Not very many options. Product catalog from 2018. Let's see if they list any of the yep, there's Forbidden Fortress, the Gateways pack, which, unless it's in one of these brown boxes, I did not receive it. But that's all. We'll see. We'll find out. Alright. Let's see. Heroes. Got the Assassin, Samurai Warrior, Sorceress, the Traveling Monk, Then we got the Dishonored Dead. These look 4 defense, 2 health, so they'll going to be decently easy to kill, I would imagine. They have armor 5+ though, so they basically get 2 defense rolls. This is the gal Haryanago. She's the girl with the hair that kind of comes out in tentacly like. 20 health, 3 defense, so we'll have to beat on her for a while. There's an Oni, 15 health, defense of 3. He doesn't look too terrible. A lot of terror. Unspeakable terror, terror 3, fear 1. So there's going to be a lot of sanity damage taken in this set. Living statue. That's the big guy. I have 2 living statues. Is that on purpose? Is there a difference? No. Why do I have 2? Am I supposed to have... Well, let's see. Alright, 2 living statues. Set those aside. Tengu. No horror, no sanity attack on that. Acid blobs. Acidic tentacles. And back here. Alright, so here's the adventure book. Let's go to the rule book because I want to see. Well, maybe it is in the adventure book. Does it list the enemies? Miniature gallery. Maybe that's it. If it will actually tell me what they are. Yeah, there we go. Dishonored Dead, acidic tentacles. The acidic blobs are not in here. Huh. Yeah, I'm not sure why I have 2 living statues. They're the exact same. Maybe it was a misprint. Where's the, does it give contents? Probably in. Alright, I've decided I don't like this high lip because it's impossible to get the rule book out. Let's look and see if it gives us... Alright, yeah, here's a contents list. Plastic, cards, reference cards. Six enemy trait cards. I think that's what these are called. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, that's not right. I have 7. I have 8 total with 2 of the living statues. Alright, let's see. Let me read through this carefully. Map tiles, plastic figures, 4 hero character sheets, 7 enemy record sheets. So that, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have the 7, but I have 2 of the, or I have 8, but I have 2 of the living statue. I wonder if one's a reprint of something. Well, they were both together. I think I just got 2 by accident. Oh well, that's what the geek is for. I'll ask the geek will know. Alright. So anyways, there's that. Put that back down in there. Rulebook, which I've heard is pretty much the same with maybe some more clarifications, but it's the same as the rulebooks for the 2 previous base sets. They really haven't changed a whole lot about the base rules. They've just added a bunch of different mechanics for different enemies and heroes. But I've heard this is pretty much exactly the same. It's supposed to be rearranged a little bit better. They did not really change any of the core concepts, though. Extra large enemies, players. You can go to a 5 or 6 hero game. Poison, bleeding. I'm not sure what of this is rehashed and what's new. I have all the expansions for the other 2 base sets, but I actually have not played with all of them. Enemy movement. One thing I did want to see is if enemies can move through enemies, they can't move through heroes. I know that. But I can't remember if everything blocks movement for everything, or if friendly units, you can pass through friendly units. I can't remember that. Move and attack. Doesn't say how they move though. Maybe it does for heroes. Let's see. Hero movement in a fight. You have to escape, so that hasn't changed. Blah 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 blah. Where's just the movement rules? That's in fights. Types of damage. Exploration. Looking through a door. They give a really good example of the walls, like the wall blocking movement, which is great because I know a lot of people had a problem with that, figuring out if a wall was blocking movement. But you can see, I don't know if I can get this over here. If it's it's not going to focus that much. Let's see here. Nope, not going to be able to get it in there. Well, wait a minute. Let me try this. You can see where the hero can't do the diagonal between those two from this space all the way up to here, because there's a little piece of the black of the wall is actually blocking it. So they do give a good example. I don't remember them having such a good example in the previous books. All right. Now, what's movement? Hero movement. All right. Blah 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 blah. Models have no facing. Yada yada yada. Models may not move through other models. Okay. So everybody blocks everybody. I think our group's been screwing that up a little bit, but that's okay. All right. So you got the rule book. You got the adventure book, like the other sets come with. It's got the mutation chart. I would imagine this is exactly the same as the other charts. I don't see why they would change it. .43 third eye, yeah, because one of the players in our group just got that. So this looks exactly the same. Travel hazards are probably the same. Painting guide, I don't recall if that was in the previous books or not, but that's kind of nice. History about the enemies, which is nice because a lot of these are kind of loosely based on Japanese mythology. Other worlds, missions, the upgrade charts. Missions. Here's a map. I don't know if maybe this comes into play with the campaign. I don't know. Alright, so there's that. Then we've got another set of charts. We got another game soundtrack. Might have to figure out how to get this into MP3 format if they haven't released it already. It'd be nice if they did for backers. But there's a game soundtrack. I'll try to see if I can find that in a downloadable format from Flying Frog, not outsourcing. Madness chart, injury chart, so that's normal. Here's the the really basic town, and the event, the depth event chart for if you roll doubles when you're trying to hold back the darkness. Those look exactly the same. I would imagine that all these are the same, just kind of rethemed for this setting. Swordsmith is going to be the blacksmith. Yeah, Darkstone Forge, etc. So that's probably all the same. The feudal town expansion, I think that's the Japanese version of the frontier town, isn't out yet. I think that's coming, I'm not sure, sometime this summer, spring. They're still using the tiny dice, which I don't use because I bought a bunch of the custom dice from the first campaign. Can't remember if they offered that again for this campaign or not. They're not bad dice, they're just too small. And there's the Peril Dice, which looks pretty much the same, and instead of being blue, the D8 there is red. It's actually, I might mix those together, that way if you crit on one of those, you can know which one's the crit and which one's not. A bunch of cards. There's elemental magic, so it looks like they incorporated the magic mechanic into this base set. Personal items, I'm sure there's a ton of cards here I gotta sort through. Here's the abilities. These looks like some threat cards in there. Here's the encounters, here's the reference cards, and then underneath all of this should be a bunch of cardboard. Yep. Warning, to avoid danger of suffocation, keep away from babies and children. Do not use in cribs, beds, carriages, or playpens. This bag is not a toy. Covering all the bases. That's pretty hefty. Let's see here. I guess I could open these. I'm not going to punch them all out, but I could sift through them here real quick. They are just, it's just a sleeve that's on here, which is nice. It's not super shrink wrapped. Okay, let's see if I can do this without having all this stuff fall out everywhere. Let's put this up here, and then we'll just come right down here. There. Bunch of tokens, wounds, sanity, poison, bleeding. A bunch of different items, bandages, sake, bomb, tonic. Tonic does not look like it does in the base set. Scavenge tokens, wounds. I guess these are the acidic blobs. I don't. Maybe they are. Maybe they're not. Dead heroes, herbs. Everything looks pretty well centered, so that's good. I'll just lay these back down in here as I go through them. Depth track. I think this is the only thing that I have not gotten from the frogs. I think I have everything else, but when I was at Gen Con last year, I did not buy this, the resin version of this, which I'm probably going to end up doing this year. Grit, Darkstone, starting tile, 1 through 8 markers. I'm not sure what those are used for. Something. Again, everything's pretty centered. Map tiles, lantern. The elite markers to mark which elite abilities they have. Everything looks good. More map tiles. More map tiles. More big map tiles. These are pretty big map tiles. Even bigger map tiles. Well, one bigger map tile. It's pretty big. It's pretty nice. I like the larger rooms. Now that's a map tile. Look at that thing. That's huge. It's a bridge over some water. I like it. Another big map tile, big Buddha statue, or whatever that is. I'm assuming, I guess the other side, yeah, belly of the beast. So there's a couple organs here, lungs or whatever, what have you. Another big map tile, man. Oh, this one's got a white border. I bet that's, yeah, it's indicating like a wall. There's a white border that goes around the railing because these steps are going up to this little overpass here. So you probably can't jump down into this spot. You have to have some sort of climb ability or something. More tokens. Nice little fire thing here. This kind of reminds me of the token that comes with Heroes of Normandy to indicate the flamethrowers off the tanks. More map tiles. Belly of the beast. It does look like you're inside some sort of stomach. More map tiles. Mushrooms growing inside this thing. I don't know. Alright. Anyways, there's that. Let's put this back in here. And open up some more stuff. Right now I can't get it. That one. Alright. I don't know if I'm going to get all this. Let's see. This was in here like that. And these were all laid in here. Some fashion as to not damage them. Close enough. Alright, so that's a base set. Then we got the Temple of Shadows expansion. So let's open this guy up. This is the expansion, I think, comes with the Kitsune. That's how you pronounce that word. Alright, so there's that. What do we have here? More miniatures. Now, these are the hanging lanterns that are like have giant tongues hanging out of them. That's pretty. Let's see that. I don't want to take it out of the plastic yet. I don't lose all that stuff. More tentacles, it looks like. Not sure what those guys are. This looks like a hero or two. A couple decks of cards. More magic. More reference. Artifacts. Skin crawlers. That's what the tentacles are called. And then under here, let's see. Well, looks like they put the assembly instructions on the sides of the box for this one. I guess it's creative use of space that would have otherwise gone unused, but I'd rather just have a sheet of paper I can look at. There's the heroes. Fallen Shogun, this is the big guy. I guess he's the boss of the Temple of Shadows. And a couple more heroes. Geisha, Soldier. Alright, so there should be a bunch of cardboard underneath. Yep. Instructions. Or rather an adventure book with more missions. Upgrade charts. Kind of wish they would put these charts separate, but I'm sure they're up on Board Game Geek's download. More painting guides, which is great. These things, some of these miniatures are fun and easy to paint, and other miniatures are not so much. Pretty much all the humanoid figures are there's just so much, because I want to say detailed, but they're not really that detailed. It's just a lot of little intricate pieces and parts on it that have to be painted. Geisha lanterns probably be pretty easy to paint. Yeah, because like the enforcer here, they got a tattoo going on him. I don't know if that's something that they did themselves or if it's actually into the model. There's the Kitsune. Takobaki Spearman. Oh, they must use, it's got the 2 sheets for the Void Spiders and the Hellbats. They must use, these two are from the base sets. They must use them, in these scenarios. Let's see, what else? So here's the abilities, or here's the character sheets. The Enforcer, oh, he does have the tattoo. It's like all color. It's like a flower in the picture here, but when in the painting guide, it's just black. Geisha with the white face. Kitsune, basically looking like a fox. They did not paint him like that in the guide. Soldier, looks like your standard soldier. Skin crawlers. Takobaki Spearman. Fallen Shogun, and the Chochinobaki lanterns. And then a bunch of cardboard, more matte pieces, same warning on the front. Not a toy. I'll go through that and sort it all out later. See if I can get this back in here. Look at that. Oh no, my box is all dinged up. I didn't even see that. Oh well. It's not like I keep these boxes up, at least for this game. I've got all my miniatures in a, I don't even know what the name of those things are, but it's like bins where you put screws and that type of stuff. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them at the moment, and then I'm probably going to have to buy 6 more for these sets now. Alright, Force of the Dead, Deluxe expansion. This is another Otherworld. Got a Naga, 4-arm Naga looking chick on the front of it. Let's see what's going on with this one. Alright. Tons of miniatures. Tons of miniatures. Miniatures. Sprues with miniatures on them. Yeah. Again, assembly instructions for the miniatures on the sides of the box. Spectral Horde. Shadow Wraith. Goryu and the Decayed Trees. Those look easy to put together. Looks like there's just 2 different versions of them. And then the Nura Ona. Nuri Ona? That's the girl that's on the front there. Let's see, let's pull this out. Yep, there's cards, epic threats. Blood Vipers. There must be different factions for her of what they could be, just like the serpent shaman or the serpent men from that. I don't think they're even a part of a expansion. They're just a enemy set. Adventure book, all the usual stuff. I was like looking at the painting guide. Tell me that's in here. Yep, painting guide. Spectral Horde, those look easy to paint. Goryu, that's a lot of... not really. That should be alright. It doesn't say what Oh, there's ink. Strong tone ink. Okay. I'm looking at what the washes are. Looks like they're using the same wash, so to speak, for everything. Trees. It's gonna be. I don't know. They don't even like. It's like some of these they say 2 steps. Like, you know, the here's, you know, put these on, put the green and the black on here, and then you're gonna do a little bit more green, and then the white wash over top of it. But like for the Shadow Wraith and the Decayed Trees, it's just a single picture. But there's 4 different colors for the trees, and I can't tell where they want you to put what color. You're probably just doing like highlights or a dry brushing. Probably base it in leather brown, do a dry brush of Tengu gray, and then another dry brush of Bone Eater green, and then put the spirit. Well, probably just highlight the spirit white. Yeah, I see spirit white on top of the high points there. Decayed Trees. All right. Anyways, there's that. Cards for the Spectral Horde, Shadow Wraith, Goryu, and the Nuri Ono Vampires. Ah, they're vampires. Interesting. And they're hyphenated on the card, but not anywhere else. I didn't think they were hyphenated on the side of the box. Shadow Race, where is it? Yeah, they're not hyphenated on the directions there. Brutal sides. No heroes with this, and then a bunch of cardboard. That's a big, thick stack of cardboard. So there's a lot of map tiles, which is good. Web status tokens. Put this back here. I wonder if I can forego having these cards up under here. Probably not. Probably gonna have to put them in here. Right. I have to go buy some glue. Alright. Put that back over there. Now, this is going to be a box of miniatures, and hopefully the doors are in here. If not, I got to find out if maybe they weren't part of the first wave shipping. These are all just miniatures. Miniatures. Yep. There's some allies, brown ally sprues. But it's just all miniatures. Miniatures. That's fine. So maybe the doors weren't, because I don't think the doors would be in that. I guess they could be, but. So there's a box of miniatures. This is going to be all the documentation for all these miniatures. Let's open this up. This is probably just miniatures too. Doesn't feel, there's not a lot of heft to it, so. Now, how's this thing going to open? How does this thing? There we go. It opens at this end. Maybe? That's glued. Glued and taped. Alright. Glued and taped. Alright, there we go. Yeah, no doors in there, just more miniature sprues. I'm glad that they actually put them in boxes with the previous Kickstarter. They were just loose in a bunch of packing peanuts, and it was hard to, really had to go in through and make sure you had everything, you didn't throw anything away, because it was really easy to lose stuff in those sea of packing peanuts. So they definitely packed these pledges better than they did for the previous campaign. Alright. Get through this real quick. What we got? Ashigaru Exploration Chart. I don't know what that is yet. Oh, there's a nice little instructions here. Shogun Pledge, card brick number 1. This card brick contains all of the regular sized cards for the following Kickstarter stretch goal items: Daimyo Hero, Enemy Flesh Mites, Akaname Tongue Demons, Takobaki Cannon, Gastral Tyrant, Thunder Warriors, on Moraki, and Scourge Dead. Card brick 2 is the Allies cards, the legendary enemies, which are the Red Ronin, the Nobu Taskmaster, the Tengu Blind Master, and the Undead Daimyo. Then Temple Dogs and the Takobaki Rifleman. And then card brick 3 is the Court of the Fallen Shogun, which is the Fallen Sorcerers and the Komuso Summoners. So they tell you what you're going to get, and you can go through and get them. Daimyo Pistol, that's very pretty. Oh, what are these? Ronin Bodyguard mutations. Upgrade. Oh, these are for the allies. Okay. See, I haven't played with the allies yet for the base expansion, so I have no idea how they work or what they do. But this is cool. Banner Bearer. Curious Monkey. That's cool. Alright. That's good. So I must have these cards for these somewhere over there. I've got to. More tokens. Looks like acid, spit, breath. There's a hole at the end of this thing, but I didn't see any plastic to like hinge it on anything. Oh, fire's on the other side. Hinge it on anything. I guess maybe you're supposed to put like not a pencil, but something through the end of that, and you can I don't know. We'll read on that. Here's the Daimyo Hero upgrade sheet. Another box or another brick of tokens. We got the Scourge Dead, Tengu Blind Master, Takobaki Cannon, Akaname, on Moraki, Undead Daimyo. I'm probably butchering these names, by the way. Gastral Tyrant, Thunder Warriors. These are the guys from Big Trouble in Little China. Fallen Sorcerers. Nobu Taskmaster, Temple Dogs. That's one of the... Wasn't there a Godzilla movie that had a giant one of those in it? Flesh Mites, Komuso Summoners. They were not in Big Trouble in Little China. The Red Ronin, Takobaki Rifleman. What's this? Oh, the Daimyo Hero Sheet. Cool. And then you've got the patented Flying Fraud Productions. Here's all the instructions for everything in the Kickstarter exclusives. Oh, I see. Breathing Fire. You make sure that there's a grid, the crossing of the grid on the map is in the center of the hole, and then anything that tile touches is on fire. That's interesting. Let's see. Yeah, there's missions, the enemies, there's the assembly guides for each enemy. Is there anything interesting in the back? What's rules for the allies? Yeah. Hero, all the stuff about the Daimyo. Cool. Alright, so just going to slide all this back in here as best I can. And we'll go into the other box, and that'll be it. There's that. Alright. So Ryu the Dragon King. This is that really tall dragon miniature that looks pretty awesome. A lot of people have been showing off their painted versions of him on online. Looks like he's got he takes up 3x3 squares, extra large. His initiative is a Peril Dice. That's pretty cool. Ooh, the brutal version, 2 Peril Dice worth of initiative. Pretty much means he's going to be going first the whole time. Sumo character, or hero, I guess. Another patented rules collection. How to put him together. Token boards. Another thing of fire. 3 card bricks. Card brick 1, Fortress of the Fallen card supplement, Devoured by Darkness card supplement, Artifact Pack 1, Artifact Pack 1, or Forbidden Fortress Artifact Pack 1, Belly of the Beast Artifact Pack 1, Sacred Mountains card supplement, the Sumo Hero cards, the Tredaran Veteran Hero cards. There he is. I didn't see, oh, I haven't gotten through the sheets yet. The Bone Eater cards, Magma Fiend cards, Joragumo Spider Queen cards, and then Ryu the Dragon King cards, and then finally the Shadow Clan Ninja and Kosugi Ninja Master cards. So here's the Tredaran Veteran upgrade sheet, and then we've got the Sumo Hero card and the Tredaran Veteran card. What's the female version look like? She just has hair. Then we've got the Joragumo, maybe that's how you say that. Joragumo, the Spider Queen. She looks pretty nasty. The Bone Eaters. They almost kind of look like more terrifying adiposes from Doctor Who. Magma Fiends. I'm guessing maybe those can be used with the Caverns of Cinder. Kosugi Ninja Master, that's a pretty cool looking guy. I like him. And then just a regular clan ninja. There's all that. Alright. So that's all that. Put all that back. But that's everything. I gotta look up and see. Actually, I guess I could do that right now while streaming this. That way, if anybody else has the same questions that I do, they can ask them, or they can get answers to them. So let's look that up real quick. Let's see. Shadows of Brimstone. Forbidden Fortress. Shogun Pledge. Doorways. Let's see here. Maybe somebody's already asked this on Board Game Geek. Forbidden Fortress. Merging your games. That's probably going to be a nightmare to do. Assembly guide. How do you pack everything in the box? You don't. else. Wonder if I can find my old my pledge manager link. That should tell me what I'm getting. Well, no, it might not. But we should have on the Kickstarter page, there should be an update with what's all included in Shipping Wave 1. Hoping the doorways weren't included, that way I'm not shorted anything. Let's go through my list here. Where's Shadows? Wow. This is a long time coming. I guess it's not that far from it. Alright, shipping updates, ships are on the water, development and shipping updates, production updates. Let's see if it's in this one. All boxes are fully packed. Dice Fest, global rules, blah 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 blah. There's no... Here's what to expect for Wave 1. Production update, Gen Con recap. Retail release. Dice Fest. Pledge manager. Maybe I do have to get my pledge manager. Okay, here we go. No wait, this Phase 3 shipping. So the feudal village is going to be Phase 3, which, according to this Kickstarter update from probably 8 months ago, was going to be July 2019. I would wager that that's slipped quite a bit from that target date. No, that's just for Phase 3. Where's Pledge Manager preview? New items, yada yada yada. Custom dice. Always love custom dice. Changes from Kickstarter. Gateways. Shipping. Wait, Pledge still doesn't tell you what's coming in which. A list of what's coming in what wave. Update on developments, update on developments, update on developments. Successful Kickstarter. Preview, update on developments. Doorways. Seattle, that's the black and gold pledge, which I think was for the original base sets and for the huge pledges. Alright, well let's look in my, let's see here, Shadows, Pledge Manager. When's this from? 2017. Yeah, that's... Alright, let's see. Forbidden Pledge Manager. Alright. I don't know. I'm gonna have to... Pledge Manager Preview. Hold on. New items. Should have gotten a link. Yeah, I've searched my link. Let's just do Flying Frog. Okay. Order confirmation. Order confirmation. Shadows Forbidden Fortress. Oh, here's confirmation. Receipt. Shogun Pledge. The gateways probably did not come. I'm going to say they didn't because they were a late addition to the Pledge Manager. So they're probably not in with the with this pledge. All right. Anyways, there's that. It ran a little long. Let me know. It seems like this camera is a lot more crisp. It's I had a Logitech C920, but this is the Brio. This is a 4K camera. I'm not recording at 4K, but it seems definitely like it's a lot crisper and it's easier to read the text. I still got to work on some lighting issues, but it seems like it's easier to kind of make out what's on the board and the table, so that's good. Anyways, I'm going to stop this here. That's the Shogun Pledge for Shadows of Brimstone Forbidden Fortress, at least everything that's came for it so far. It's probably going to be a while before I get this to the table because I gotta buy some glue. I still got plenty of paint, but I gotta buy some glue and get all those miniatures assembled. I still have half of my original Shadows stuff to paint. Anyways, thanks for watching.